What can we look ahead to next week in terms of how this story develops?
Right, so this idea of an extension, a long extension, but with some flexibility. So, for example, that if the UK did manage to pass a Brexit deal by May 22nd, then they wouldn't have to take part in the European elections. And that very much is sort of the next target deadline, if you like, for the UK government, is getting this thing done so that the government won't have to say to the British public, 3 years after voting to leave, you've now got to vote for European parliamentary elections. So the BBC says that Tusk is behind it. As I say, this idea has been kicking around for a couple of weeks now. We're calling it the flex tension. So 12 months. The reason the pound likes it is because obviously, it postpones that cliff edge. But what it does mean for the economy and for business is actually just that, that uncertainty is prolonged. So next week we've got a summit on April the 10th. Hard to say what May will actually take to the summit. The EU has long said that if, for this extension, even for this flex extension that Tusk is talking about, there needs to be a clear path ahead. So I would expect quite a lot of noise going into that summit about, some of the most reluctant EU members saying, well, what is the path ahead? And so there might be a bit of noise that might even freak out markets a wee bit, suggestions like we had last time, suggestions that perhaps the EU won't grant this extension. But, what we're hearing very much from the Brussels side is they will grant this extension. The question is, how it will be framed.